What kind of hope do you have for that kind of left right, I don't know, anti-establishment alliance going forward?
I think the American people want that. They're sick of the establishment in both parties. They're sick of the status quo. They think the status quo has failed them in terms of having too many of these foreign wars, in terms of seeing communities hollowed out, trade deals that didn't work out for places abandoned. You can't have a nation half prosperous, half with trillions of dollars like my district, and half abandoned and half in decline. And they're frustrated with the money in politics that they see, and the sense that special interests and lobbyists are rampant. And so they want reformers. They want people who are going to try to bring this country together, not with anodyne bipartisanship as a defense of the status quo, but with bring it together around a new agenda with reform. And that's why I pride myself on trying to build different kinds of alliances. With Todd Young, we passed the CHIPS Act together. I introduced with Representative Luna a bill to actually codify Donald Trump's executive order on big pharma and lowering prescription drug costs. We're amassing money times on issues of war powers. We worked with Don Bacon on issues of how do we integrate the advanced technology into our military. And I guess I just view it that you're here to do things for the American people, and neither party nor any citizen has a monopoly on the truth.
What are the big obstacles to that? Because even, in that the kinda Gates team up that I mentioned before, there was an interesting exchange you guys had on Twitter about that, where you were asking him, he was asking you how many Democrats you could deliver for this agenda, which, is, term limits, bans on individual stock trading, things like that, and, he says he caps out around somewhere around 8, and you say no more than 10. Um, what's going on here? Why it's something that, I think a lot of Americans resonate with and would like to see, just like these kind of anti-corruption measures, term limits. They're popular among Americans, but not popular in Congress. What are the big obstacles here?
Well, they hurt people who are currently in power. I mean, people don't want to give up power. People are used to raising money from PACs, from lobbyists. They're used to becoming lobbyists after they're members of Congress. And it's just led to a distrust in the system. You know, we were talking about John F. Kennedy. When John F. Kennedy was president, the approval in government was 60%, 60% trusted government. And that number is in the teens now. And it's sad. I mean, the government is critical to not just our national security, but in partnering to do big things and with the private sector to have new dreams. So if you care as a progressive Democrat, as I do, about being able to provide child care and health care, you need to have a government that people trust. I mean, one of the questions I saw that Joe Rogan asked Bernie Sanders, he said, you're for taxing the rich, but I believe government is corrupt. You've said government is corrupt with the big money in politics. So why should we be giving taxes to an institution that is corrupt? So you have to fundamentally answer this skepticism of government. It hurts people who believe government should have a role. But it's hard with the current entrenched generation. That's why I call for a new generation of leadership. That's why I'm not afraid to speak out and bash Chuck Schumer for a week on television because he was wrong. And I don't think that's personal. I don't have anything against him personally, but I think we have to speak out for our principles and close bowls and strikes regardless of party.